purpose behind a lead hand jab is just a distraction, a bait, a setup, sometimes referred to as garbage. Although that's kind of an interesting term because it's a very important punch in any of your boxing or kickboxing. But again, it's just a distraction, a setup, a bait. You're not going to knock anybody out with your lead hand jab, but what you're going to do is set up your more powerful techniques, which would be your rear hand cross, your leg kick, your takedown, whichever it might be. So the lead hand jab, this is what it's going to look like. From the side, I'm just snapping it out from the elbow. So it's just a snap punch, not much behind it, it's more about speed. Now it's important it's a snap punch. You don't want it to be a push punch or a muscle punch. The importance behind the snappiness is the quick retraction off the target, the person's head, for instance. With that quick retraction, as the punch goes in and it quickly retracts off that head, it snaps their head back. That's what rattles their brains, that's what develops their dizziness, their flash, their potential knockout. So you want that punch to go in and get back as quickly as possible for that quick retraction for the knockout, but also to get the hand back for defenses or go on to your next technique. So it's a snap punch from your elbow. So you're snapping it from your elbow and then retracting it right back and ready to go into something else. Okay? Not a push motion. To break it down a little bit further, as this punch comes out towards the target, we have what we call a vertical fist or a horizontal fist. You can punch with either one. Okay, tonight we're just going to show you how to turn it over into your horizontal fist. So as I punch out and slow, as I break it down a little slower, as it comes out vertical, I turn it over at the last second. We call this a corkscrew motion, a quarter turn into the target. Ideally hitting these two big knuckles if you didn't have a glove on. If you have a big kickboxing or boxing glove on, it doesn't necessarily matter. But you ideally want to think that it's going to hit these two big knuckles. As this punch comes out, I don't want to overextend on my elbow. I want to think I have like two elastic bands in my elbow. So as I get the full extension on this punch, it's going to snap right back into place. So it's out and it's right back. I don't want to hyperextend it. So as I punch out, it comes out and I snap it right back. As this punch comes out, I want to keep my elbow tight. If my elbow flares out at all, it's going to take away the power, the speed, and the accuracy on my knuckles of the punch. If I land this pinky on somebody's skull, it's probably, without a glove, I'm probably going to hurt my pinky before I hit somebody's skull. So I keep this elbow tight for power, speed, and the accuracy on my fist. If my elbow flares out too far, then I'm taking the power away because my arm's further from my body. If my elbow flares out, that's the speed. It's about split seconds in combat sports. So if my elbow flares out, it's the difference between that target being there and a target not being there because my elbow flared out first before my punch actually went in towards the target. So by keeping this elbow tight into the target, I have power, I have speed, and I have the accuracy on my knuckles. So if my fist turns over too quickly in that horizontal position, my elbow is automatically going to flare out. So I got to keep that vertical fist until the very end to turn it over. And that allows me to have that good power, speed, and accuracy on my knuckles. Okay? So I snap it out at the target, or I snap it out at the target. Now, as I'm throwing a punch, there's more than just the arm motion. There's actually breathing involved. You need to breathe not only for stamina, but it's also going to help you on your power. So as I throw my punch, I exhale. And when I exhale through my teeth. And it's a hard, abrupt exhale. It's not a blow or a puff. It's a hard exhale. It's just like if you're lifting weights and you're getting that last rep up of your bench press or your squat or whichever, you exert that energy by breathing hard. Some people will yell, scream, whatever they got to do to build that extra energy. Similar to our punches. As I punch, I breathe and exert all that energy to help the power of my punch. Also, I need to breathe. Whether you're walking, jogging down the street, you need to breathe for your stamina. No different than your punches. If you don't exhale and breathe on any of your punches, you're going to gas out real quick or pass out. So I want to exhale on the full extension of my punch. So I don't exhale as I start it, because then I'm out of that air before I reach the target. It's on impact of the target. And when I punch, when I fight, at any time, I want my teeth clinched together. So when I exhale, it's through my teeth. My teeth need to be clinched together because in combat sports or any street defense situation, everybody gets hit. And if you get hit in the jaw and your mouth's so wide open, more than likely your jaw's going to be dislocated or broken. Teeth clenched together, you have more stability in that jaw to be able to take the brunt of that punch. So my teeth clenched together, and I exhale on completion of that technique. So elbows in tight, chin tuck, vertical fist turn over at the last second with the exhale, keeping that elbow tight, and that's completion of your lead hand jab. Okay, working the lead hand jab with the pads. This pads help you develop not only your speed and your power, but the repetition in the conditioning. On each one of his jabs, to kind of follow up on what we did before, I didn't quite get into it, is he's going to have to enter into that striking range. So he's going to be out of range, entering in. And he'll either step in with just his lead foot, or he steps in with both feet. He can do either way. But he's out of range to stepping into range with his jab. Okay, that's just standing kind of static here. Now we'll move around a little bit to work the tool with your footwork. It makes it a little bit more real. That's utilizing your lead hand jab, practicing and repping your lead hand jab using the pads.